Welcome, everyone, to the Lancaster City Council. Roll call, please.
City Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Members, Hughes Leslie absent. Molly?
Present.
Mann?
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ?
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris is absent. We have a quorum.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse,
Mayor Paris.
Mayor Paris and Lauren Leslie Hughes.
I second that.
We have a motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously. Invocation. Jeremy.
I pray. Lord, I thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for the many and abundant blessings you provide for us, for the privilege to lead in our community, for the privilege to love you and to love others. Thank you for life itself, for a measure of health that we need to fulfill the calling you've placed in each of our lives. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of the responsibilities you entrust to us. Thank you as well for the freedom to embrace you. Thank you for loving us in spite of ourselves at times. Your love is boundless, and your gracious nature knows no limits. Your word says, to whom much is given, much is required. In light of that, I'm asking that you would graciously grant the men and women in this room the wisdom to lead and govern amid conflicting interests and challenging times we face today, a sense of the welfare and the true needs of our people, a desire for justice and goodness, a confidence in what is right and pleasing to you, and the ability to work together in harmony, even when there is honest disagreement. Lord, would you please bring peace to and unity to our community? May you bring a peace that surpasses all understanding to each in this room. Pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Bart, will you do the pledge for us?
Right hand over our hearts.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Charlize, you're going to do the stadium presentation?
Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and council members. Yeah, today I have the honor of recognizing a lot of the staff that put their heart and soul into the stadium project. Before we do that, though, we have a brief video that we'll share of the ribbon cutting event that we had a couple weeks back.
This is an amazing thing to have been brought together with just an idea. It's a $20 million investment. And one day, John walks into City Hall and says, hey, I got a great idea. You walked into the right place because the staff of Lancaster is truly exceptional. And the culture within the city of Lancaster, and especially within City Hall, is there is nothing they can't do.
Destoon with a shot on down in. Destoon from Alassane.
We are here with number 10, Miguel Ibarra. He is here from Lancaster, California. How did it feel to play in your hometown in a brand new professional soccer stadium and walk away with the W?
For me, it's been a long time. It's been 14 years since I'm back, so not just being home and seeing this whole stadium full and just having a professional soccer team is amazing out here.
So the first two staff members I want to bring up are actually Marisa Diaz, our Public Works Director, and Sonia Patterson, our Parks Director. So come on up. So quick story. We had started this soccer project probably 2 years ago. I think it was like early 2023. And we meet with the soccer folks, fly out to New Mexico, see the soccer team there that's playing, really get excited about it, come back, we tell council, okay, we got this amazing idea, professional soccer, we'll have them in the stadium in 2026. You guys looked back at us and said, no, you won't, 2025. So I went back and talked to them and said, hey, 2025, we're gonna have a soccer team. And they both looked at me, and after they picked their job off the floor, I said, okay, we'll make it happen. And here we are today with their leadership. They made this project happen. I think from design, construction to the ribbon cutting was under a year, so pretty much unheard of. But thank you to the two of you for your leadership on this project.
Are you telling us that they're going to do the same with the aquatic center?
Well, we heard a March date at the event last week, which was scary, but I think their jaws are still there from that one.
Still trembling a little bit.
Yes, and yes, the answer is yes.
March of next year?
Wow, you girls go.
We have a number of other staff that we want to recognize too. So from our Public Works Department, we'll bring up the city engineer, Nick Godin, our project manager, Frank Lujan, who I know worked tireless hours on it. So start coming up as you hear your name, guys. Don't be shy. Steve Falcone, our inspector, Kenji Stiles, our inspector, Monique, and I butcher your last name, Monique, so come on up. Angela Trigo, come on up. Vanessa Rodriguez, Diane Maldonado, Roxy,
Come on in here.
Vanessa Bernard, Kiara Miguel, Trish Smith, Mitch Mingus, also known as the Wizard of Oz, for those that don't know. Vance Goodell, Andrew Pastor. From our Parks team, let's bring up Ramon Gallo, Gary Jones, Jeff Cox, and Bailey Ram. And then from our community development team, specifically building and safety, let's bring up our building official Warren Bennett, Tim Zonker, Tom Henry, Jade Moore, and then last but not least, Joe Haggard from our IT team. Before we give them a round of applause, the thing that makes me most proud about this team here is in Lancaster, we pride ourselves for not having silos or walls. This is 4 different teams that came together to work on this, didn't get in each other's way, and made it happen in under a year. So thank you. Would you guys like to get a picture with them?
We can stand up behind them.
Okay.
Let me move this real fast. Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay, everybody. 1, 2, 3. And just another time for safety. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We feel safer now. Destination Lancaster presentation. Mark Hemstreet. Welcome, Mark.
Good afternoon. Mark Hemstreet with our good afternoon, Vice Mayor and Council. My name is Mark Hemstreet, as Vice Mayor Chris mentioned. I'm the Executive Director for Destination Lancaster, and we're giving our annual city update. So Destination Lancaster is the official tourism bureau for Lancaster. We're dedicated to promoting the city as a vibrant and welcoming destination for corporate and family travelers, art lovers, aerospace followers, sports tournament players, and adventure seekers. Its purpose is to boost the local economy by showcasing Lancaster's unique attractions, cultural experiences, and natural beauty. The organization's goals include increasing tourism, supporting local business, and enhancing the city's reputation as a top travel destination in the high desert. We were established in 2012, and we renewed in 2017 for 5 years, and we renewed again in 2022 for a 10-year term. Through the Tourism Business Improvement District, participating hotels assess a tourism fee of 3.5% on all transient stays, which is collected by the city and forwarded to Destination Lancaster. Our board of directors are made up of Councilmember Ken Mann, Dan Jacobs from the Fairgrounds, A.J. Hampton from the AV Chambers, Josh Thomas from Economic Development from the city, Michelle Manning, who is the general manager for the Town Place and the Fairfield Suites, Wendy Mojon, who's the general manager of the Holiday Inn Express, Christina Castro, who's the general manager for the Residence Inn, and Michelle Marquez, who is the manager for the Homewood and the Hampton Suites by the stadium. Statewide, looking at the hospitality industry over the past year, we've seen modest growth. I just went to a Visit California Outlook conference about 2 weeks ago, and it's really amazing to hear how we differ from the rest of the state of California. The rest of the state of California is still using pandemic numbers to benchmark. Have we surpassed pre-pandemic levels? Throughout the state, the pandemic was really hard on the hospitality industry. Lancaster was fortunate enough that we have Edwards Air Force Base on one side and Plant 42 on the other, which were both considered essential businesses. So we didn't lose that core business that's coming to town every single week. And then with the additional unemployment funds that came to people that were unemployed, that got laid off, that extra $300 a week, we found that our weekends actually had an uptick because people were doing staycations. Families that lived here in the Antelope Valley were coming to our hotels on the weekends, bringing their families so they could sit out by the pool and enjoy a little fresh air. So it's hard for us to benchmark against the pandemic because we didn't have that huge decline. It wasn't like in Anaheim where my colleagues there shut down large hotels completely during the pandemic. We never did that. But we're experiencing about 65% for the state on tourism, which is about a 1% growth from last year. Although the ADR, or the average daily rate for hotel rooms across the state, declined by just a little over 1%. We're looking at 2025 as another growth year, so we think we should do at least another. They're expecting occupancy to grow by about 2 to 3%, which is good. I think here in Lancaster we have a little different story to tell. So for Lancaster, and also I'll just give the stats for Palmdale as well. Lancaster, we have approximately 966 hotel rooms in the city that we use in our set. Palmdale has about 1,250 rooms, so they have a few more hotels than we do. Last year, we ran a 73.2% occupancy versus 23 ran a 66.4. Our ADR slipped a little bit. Our average daily room rate slipped a little bit. We were at $130.66. We dropped down to $130.29. So we dropped down 29 cents. If we look at Palmdale went from 65 to 71.6. So pretty much the same, 6.4 versus 6.8% increase. Big difference, though, is their ADR came way down. They were at 132. They're now at 126. So they lost $4.87 per room per night. So big difference. Demand, same thing. Demand for room has increased dramatically. And we're seeing that coming the first couple of months of this year. We're seeing very strong occupancies and revenues. So I'm very excited to see what 2025 has to store with us. The associations and networks that we work with closely, Visit California is one that we work with often. Although Visit California really loves to show beaches and Yosemite. and we don't have beaches or Yosemite, but we still try. We do have poppies, and hopefully we'll have a little bit of a poppy bloom this year. So we do get included with that with Visit California. And they do some hiking and adventure dining that we've been in. So we do get our stories into Visit California. Hopefully you've seen that ad on TV where they have that big beach ball. There's one scene where there's a guy climbing a rock and he kicks the ball. That's Lancaster. So we made it into the main advertising for them. Cal Travel is an association that works a lot on legislative advocacy and also education. One West Tourism is professional development and education, also works a lot with technology. So I get a lot of my information through One West Travel. And then we work with AV Edge, the Boulevard Association, the Chambers of Commerce, our local school districts, the college. We do a lot with Edwards Air Force Base, the fairgrounds, and I'll talk more about the city of Lancaster. Our website, destinationlancasterca.org. We've gone through a major redesign of our website. We wanted to give it a more natural, more inclusive, easier to navigate, easier to find what you want to find, experience for people. We also added our own booking engine. So what that means is that when a booking engine is like Hotels.com, Travelocity, Expedia. Those are all third-party booking engines. So we have our own booking engine inside of Destination Lancaster's website. And what that allows us to do is it allows people to come onto my website, book a hotel, get the best rates available. But unlike Hotels.com, unlike some of those other third parties, we don't charge the hotels a big commission like they do. The other great option is that if you have a problem with your reservation, if you have an unforeseen emergency and you can't make it, if you work with Hotels.com, you can call them that day of arrival, and they'll tell you you're past the debt cutoff line, you lose your money, period. Ours, you call the hotel, you tell them what the situation is, and 10 to 1, they're going to release that room for you and not charge you. Big difference. We also can do value-added amenities to it. So upcoming, I know Trelise just spoke about the soccer stadium, right? And AV Alta coming to town in a couple weeks. We are able to, on our website, through our booking engine, give them 1 or 2 free tickets if they book a room. You book 2 nights, I'll give you 2 tickets to a game on Saturday night. We can add that into our website. When they book the room, it automatically sells them 2 tickets. Destination Lancaster picks up the small ticket price, and we get people coming up here for the weekend to see our soccer team. And it's fully trackable. We know who makes the reservations, when they made the reservation, all the great data there. Also, as part of our website, we have a user upload for photos and videos. A lot of websites, they use very professional photographers, which gives it a polished look. But when people visit those websites, they realize those are professional photographers taking those pictures. It loses some of the credibility. With our website, our website uses AI to go out and look for things that are posted to social media that include the high desert, and then we can take those, get the rights for them, and then put them on our website. Gives us a lot more credibility. You're now seeing how our visitors see us. You're seeing those great shots of restaurants or of a brewery or winery out there or MOA that they can share to our website, and then people can see what they're doing. We also have just recently upgraded our calendar. So we're using AI now to gather events for our calendar. I know not only in this job, but my previous job with the Chamber, one of the hardest things is to build a community calendar. It is next to impossible to find all the events out there. There might be a children's center gala that someone wants to come to. But since the Children's Center works with a lot of volunteers, the person that does the event changes every year. They don't know that they're supposed to go to my website and input their information. So the new AI system actually goes out and scrapes the internet for events within a geographic area. so which is really, really nice. I still get to preview them, and then if they fit for what we do, then we add them to it. I don't put real estate open houses on there, that type of things, but things that our visitors would want to see are definitely on my calendar. And then the last thing that we're doing on our website is we are building a Film Lancaster domain under our website. So we'll have something like filmlancasterca.org. Will have its own domain name or URL. And under that, we're going to build a complete website for it showing how to make your city contacts. So Josh Thomas in the film office, filming locations that are available, filming permits, how to get your permit, how to do it quickly and easily, local talent. So that's one thing that's a really nice thing for production managers to have, is to be able to get local artisans, local electricians, lighting people, gaffers. All those people that work down below also live up here. So they'll be able to find those people up here and hire locally. Our premier travel guide is our A Ventures magazine, which we just printed, and I gave you all guys a copy of our A Ventures magazine. That magazine goes out to a number of places. We just gave out a number of them at a travel show we did. It goes to travel planners, meeting planners, sports groups that want to book with us. So it is the go-to magazine for places to go, things to do. I'm really excited how we have really bridged the gap with the city. In past years, it's kind of been a struggle to get communications back and forth, to get things that we need. And I mean, my job really is promoting the city. My job is to make us look good, is to highlight what we have available. And over the past year and a half, we have really made some huge inroads. An example is we do a 30-second commercial on Spectrum. We don't show it in the Antelope Valley because that's not our market. We show it outside the Antelope Valley. But in that 30-second commercial, we have what we call a donut. So we have a 10-second intro about, hey, here's Lancaster. The middle section is open. And then the last 10 seconds is, come and book your stay here in Lancaster, make your next visit to Destination Lancaster. That middle section now is promoting every single MOA performance that we have. So we're saying, hey, we have hiking, we have wildflowers, we have great restaurants in Lancaster. And then, oh, by the way, in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we have this great performance at our LPAC with free parking and easy dining within walking distance. So we are able to do that now for all of our performances at LPAC and all our art exhibits at MOA. It's fantastic. It's a great way for the city to really promote itself outside our area and to bring people up here. So we've really opened up that line of communications and getting those assets, getting the assets for the Poppy Festival. So we can run banner ads out there, and we can run commercials out there for the Poppy Festival and bring people into our city and show them what we have. Film Lancaster, I talked a little bit about that with our website, but we are starting a collaborative effort, and we are going to host the first High Desert High School Film Festival. High school students. Our first one will be at Eastside High School coming up in May. And what this is we are looking, this is a multi-year festival, but we're going to start small. Next year, we're going to grow to more Antelope Valley high schools for maybe 2 years. And then we want to reach out to the state and then nationally. I don't know if I can get Robert Redford in here to give us some hints from Sundance, but I think we have something that we can be proud of. We have great screening facilities, and there's not a lot of high school short film competitions. So it's not just the competitions and showing the films. We'll also have workshop and panels. And I've already talked to a number of people in the industry that are more than happy to come up to Lancaster and do those panels. So they're going to get people in the industry talking to these kids I think this is could be something big. We work with the COLA Awards, which is the California On-Site Location Managers. We help underwrite familiarization trips for location managers when they come up here. We also work closely with the city on Poppy Festival, Field of Drafts, Boulevard events, other events like the Boulevard or the Halloween haunt that we do, and then sports tourism, something new we started last year. Destination Lancaster contracted with Play Easy. Play Easy is a web platform that is designed for tournament organizers. So a tournament organizer goes onto this website, they put in what their criteria is. I need 32 soccer fields within a 5-mile radius. I need X number of hotel rooms. I need within an hour drive from a major airport, and they punch it in, and it'll come back, and I want to be in Southern California, and it'll come back with cities that have all their criteria. Then once they look at that, they push the button and says, request an RFP. Parks and Recs gets that RFP, turns it around, and we got a tournament. We bring in one smaller tournament, we'll just say 75 teams on a tournament. That's economic to this city of about $400,000. So the aquatic center that we're building has that same potential, that we can bring in these teams and really have a huge economic impact to our city. So I'm excited about that. And that platform is up and running, and we've already booked, I think, so far I think we've booked 2 tournaments already. So if they're both small and we just booked $800,000 to the city, I think it's a worthwhile investment. I also sponsor Parks and Recs to send someone to the Teams Conference. Teams is the premier sports tourism conference in the country. It goes everywhere from AYSO and Little League all the way up to collegiate and national tournaments. So that's really good for us to be there, to get those meetings, to get those connections started. And then we also sponsor tournaments. If there's a tournament that needs a little help getting here or sponsoring the field, on the cost of the fields, I'm happy to invest a little bit of money in there to get that back. We're also seen in various locations. We do a couple travel shows a year. One of the travel shows I just went to a couple weekends ago was the Bay Area Travel Show. About 12,000 people were in attendance. We gave out our Adventure magazines, a little bit of swag. A lot of people used our QR code. We do a number of events, and we sponsor a number of events and have a booth out at Edwards Air Force Base. The 412 Support Group puts on quarterly events, and we're out there showing the airmen out there what to do in Lancaster. So although I don't get a lot of room revenue back from going to Edwards Air Force Base, the community gets a lot when we have those airmen come into town to dine and to visit and to shop. We have our visitor centers. We actually have a brick and mortar across the street on the Lancaster Boulevard that we have this information there. We produce a wine and craft beer map for people that want to do some wine tasting. We have 7 wineries and 3 breweries up here in town, or 4 breweries up here in town. AV Edge Summit we were at, the chamber lunches, and we also do a hotelier lunch once a month, where we get all the hotel general managers and sales managers to meet and build that relationship between the managers, because together, if we work as a team, we're always going to do better. Branding and image building, like I said, we did a lot of things with Spectrum. You can see we did almost 19,000 airings in 51 networks and 7 zones. On displays impressions, we did 1.8 million impressions. Pre-roll and search combined about 2.4 million impressions. Our website gets a lot of action, a lot of clicks on it. So we're real happy with that. We also use iHeartMedia for streaming music, podcasts, on-air radio, and Google ads. Visit California website, so we do promotions with Visit California on their website. AAA, Westway magazines, a lot of people get that print and online. We are in both of those. Aerotech News and Reviews, again, both print and online, primarily to military personnel. It goes out to a number of bases in the Southwest and then to a lot of military. Visit California Travel Magazine is not Visit California, the association. It's the publication for the Canadian Travel and Tourism Board. Fortunately, I think this year we're going to see a drop in Canadian tourism. We've already seen about a 25% cancellation since Trump put up the tariffs in there. They're a little weary on what's going to go on, plus the fact that our dollar is really strong against the Canadian dollar, so travel got a lot more expensive for them. But also we're in Society of American Travel Writers. Those are the people that are out there writing stories about travel. So we have a nice big ad in there talking about let your next big story be in Lancaster. And then social media, we saw about a 12% increase in followers across both channels. For our financials, we had about $687,000 in revenue. You can see administrative, advertising, offset comes in at $92,000. Total expenses are $681,000. We had a little bit of interest income. We had net income of $21,000 that goes into reserves. So pretty much where our T-bid says we should be, and that's where we're at. I thought if I'm going to put financials up there, I'm going to put a cute kid with a smile. And we'll see if my quick video will play here. This was played at the AV Edge's Spring Summit. So if you were at the Spring Summit a couple days ago on Thursday, you saw this. If not, and that's my presentation.
Any questions?
Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Charlize, Woman of the Year. I've heard of her.
Huh? So good afternoon again. Right now I have the honor and pleasure of bringing up Sandra Avery. So why don't you come on up, Sandra? So Sandra was recently named the Woman of the Year for Senate District 23 up in Sacramento. And I'll read this, I don't want to butcher it. This was given to her for her unwavering commitment to local causes, specifically inspiring leadership in both business and charitable causes. So I think, Sandra, you've been a longtime resident here in the Antelope Valley. You built up a real estate business early on in your career. You raised 2 boys here.
Yes.
One is a aspiring or a successful musician, and the other one is a brewmaster. With that brewmaster, in 2012, you guys started Bravery Brewing.
That's correct.
Bravery has consistently been a good business here in the Antelope Valley. They've been very active. They work on a lot of veterans charitable organizations. I think one of them is Waves, which supports disabled veterans. They were also instrumental in working on getting Avenue N renamed to R. Lee Ernie. And I think he had a birthday yesterday, too, I saw.
He did.
The other thing, Pizza with a Purpose. So they do a lot of regular events where we raise money for a lot of the local charities and whatnot in the community. You participated in the Tidy Up a Mile program when it was that, and now that's transitioned to the Team Up. That's our cleanup program. And if you know, they're the most active member that we have of that program. You guys have had a number of cleanups out there, and we've went out and helped clean up your street as well. So thank you for doing that. Business Watch, they have a very active Business Watch program. I think you guys got your cameras a couple months back. So
Thank you.
with that, I just wanted to thank you for all that you do in our community. On behalf of the mayor, the vice mayor, and our council, we have a proclamation for you, and then we'll take some photos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You want her up there?
Okay, this way?
All the way up. No, we'll pick you up.
Hey, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That's Mr. Vosa's chair. Number 4, Measure LC presentation. George?
Good evening, Vice Mayor and Council. Tonight is a short presentation and kind of a last 5-year summary for what's been going on with our Measure LC dollars that were elected in November 2020 by the public. When Measure LC was approved in November 2020, it was mandated by ordinance to establish a citizen oversight committee. That committee is a 5-member board appointed by the council to oversee and review the annual use of the Measure LC funds. That committee, led by Mr. Jim Vos, who's joining us here today, we meet 3 to 4 times annually to go over the expenditures of Measure LC. They provide feedback, and initially when the measure was approved, they provided us a set of guidelines at which they expected us to follow based on council's direction and what they feel was needed by the community. So tonight there's a very short presentation by Mr. Vos, and also joining us tonight is committee member Devin Bearden, who's joined us. But there's a short presentation by Mr. Vos, and if you have any questions of the committee, they're here to answer those as well. Mr. Vos?
You know, when I get called to speak or to appear with the city council, I thought might be in trouble. So we'll wait till the end of the brief presentation. You can tell me if we're still in trouble.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Afternoon, Vice Mayor and City Council members.
Isn't this your chair?
Pardon?
Isn't this your chair in the Planning Commission?
Yes, I have on occasion. It was not occupied by anyone else, however.
And nor do we want it to be occupied by anyone else.
Mr. Harris pointed out one member of our committee. Just like to let you know who the other members are. The vice chair is Stephen Derryberry, members Jeff Yeager and Greg Tepe. Former members were Vice Mayor Cassandra Harvey, Dave Gomez, and Ms. Sisson. So we've, as was pointed out, we've been charged with, excuse me, we've been charged with the purpose of principally protecting Lancaster's long-term financial stability. There are a number of areas that outline what our obligations are, a number of city services, and basically the major LC funds supplement the general fund of the city of Lancaster, as you well know. briefly, let me just, I'm going to jump ahead and just let you know briefly the actuals and projections, which you will see on a slide. Over the last 4.5 years, the system, the sales tax system has provided over $92,000. Of that, this year's budget is about 21,000 million,
wrong.
sorry. Did I say thousand?
You did.
Million. I guess it'd be better if I had glasses and I could see what I was reading.
I thought we were broke.
Anyway, so the four main principles we work upon are the life safety, public safety, quality of life, and the strong fiscal. The first and most important one, as I see it, is the Lancaster Police Department. As you can see, the police department's scope this year is a little over $11 million. It includes a station, which is scheduled for its grand opening and full operation on July 1st, hiring officers and sergeants and dispatchers, intelligence for crime, and technologies for drone, shot spotter, flock, and cameras, so which are ongoing programs, of course, and the virtual training and CCW. The conference center, emergency center, is worth about $3 million this year for A&E fees. The ALPAC program is developed for various improvements, including a number of improvements to LPAC. Ongoing programs for the city, the Field of Drafts, Bunny Hop, and all the various other programs are included. That's worth a little over $1.2 million. And Team Up Lancaster is a support program for cleaning up the streets and highways and the areas in the city that need attention by community organizations and individuals. The Lancaster Community Center is improvements and investment this year of $877,000. So the total budget, again, is $21 million. I believe you have the handout for that, so you can see exactly what is included. It is included in your approved budget. And that's the total, 92 million plus over the 4.5 years it's been in. If you have any questions, our expert George will answer those.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for what you do. Thank your committee for what they do. We really appreciate it. Charlize, are you going to play the other video?
Yeah, we have it, and they'll play it right now.
Hello, Lancaster residents. I'm Vice Mayor Marvin Christ, and today I'm excited to discuss Measure YM's pivotal role in shaping a more vibrant and secure future for our community. Measure YM reflects Lancaster residents' desire to keep more of our money here in the city of Lancaster. The residents of Lancaster passed this measure in November of '24. Your voice has been heard. Now it's the city's turn to provide critical improvements in public safety, recreational facilities, and community programs, including our Midtown Educational Center, new stadium, new disaster recovery facility, and aquatic center. These initiatives ensure Lancaster remains a place where safety and a community thrive. The county currently collects 2.5% of the total taxable sales. This represents $70 million in real dollars paid by our residents to the county. The city is getting back less than $20 million in allocated for our local share. This despite our city's significant size and large amount of infrastructure. Overall, Lancaster maintains one of the lowest effective tax rates across Los Angeles County. If you take into consideration sales, property, and utility taxes, Lancaster collects on average $480 per capita, which is far less than a county's average of $1,041 per capita. Even the state legislature and the governor recognized how underserved the Antelope Valley is and passed AB 2443. This allowed both cities in the Antelope Valley to keep more sales tax dollars local and to support our essential services. While the county reallocates over $50 million of Lancaster residents' dollars to other parts of the county, we focus on what directly benefits Lancaster. Our measure ensures more of your tax dollars are invested right here at home, upgrading our infrastructure, building out a police department, and fostering a business-friendly environment that supports growth and safety. The City Council prioritizes and ensures safe, streamlined processes, minimize bureaucracy, and maximize efficiency. This approach allows us to be more maneuverable, providing quicker, more actionable results. It's our commitment to responsive government that enables us to efficiently manage our resources and win awards, reflecting our dedication to the effective and agile city government. With Measure YM, we're not just planning for today, we're building for tomorrow. Your continued support enables us to expand public safety operations, preserve our neighborhoods, and provide comprehensive homeless services, covering every aspect of the community well-being. Thank you for trusting us with the future of Lancaster. Together, we are not only dreaming of a better tomorrow, we are actively creating it. Jim, thanks again for all you and your committee does for both measures, actually. But LC has been a tremendous success, so thank you. Consent calendar. I need a motion second.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent calendar as comprised.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. Passes with 3 yes votes unanimously. PH1. I'll open the public hearing. Sonia, are you doing this?
Good evening, Vice Mayor. No, Nicole Flotto from our team is going to do the presentation for you.
Okay.
Right. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and council members. My name is Nicole Flotto, and I am the admin assistant for Parks and Facilities here at the City of Lancaster. It is my pleasure to be presenting to you today the details of the proposed Memorial Bench program. This program is being proposed because we have had several requests from citizens for memorial benches, but no means to fulfill the request before today. Many other cities and entities have programs like this, and we are happy to be proposing this program in our very own city. The Memorial Bench program provides an opportunity for residents to honor and recognize those close to them who have passed away by placing a personalized memorial bench at one of the city's predetermined park sites. These park sites will be determined based on the available concrete mounting services, as well as the adherence to ADA requirements. The services offered by this program include the following. With a one-time donation of $3,500, a 6-foot-long personalized bench is purchased, installed, and maintained for a period of 10 years. The personalization of the bench is subject to city approval, but may include a sentimental inscription, an individual's name, and a date range of the memorialized individual's life. City staff will guide the final installation location for each bench. Careful attention is paid to which site a bench would be most appropriate, and benches are professionally installed. The 10-year maintenance period will not begin until the bench has been fully installed, at which time confirmation will be sent to the purchaser. The bench will be maintained in the following ways for a minimum of 10 years. Graffiti removal, paint touch-up is necessary, and periodic cleaning. Should the bench become irreparable within the first 10-year period, it will be replaced with a new bench at no additional cost to the original purchaser and be maintained for the remainder of the original bench's 10-year agreement. The 10-year period will not start over should a new bench have to be installed. Once the 10-year period has ended, the bench will still be maintained and kept serviceable for as long as possible until such time it needs to be removed due to, but not limited to, wear and tear, city projects, or damage. On this slide, you'll see a promotional flyer which will be shared with the community. You will also see a sample application which shows how simple the process of applying will be. As previously stated, all inscriptions and text are subject to city approval. The one-time donation of $3,500 has been determined by the cost of the bench, its customization, installation, and 10-year maintenance. Thank you for your time. I can now answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to accept PH1, recommending the resolution 25-10, establishing the revenue project and establish an expenditure project.
Second that.
We have a motion, second, let's vote. Passes with 3 yes votes unanimously. New business. No speaker cards.
Want to waive the staff report?
I do.
Okay. Then I'll make a motion to accept urgency ordinance 11-28.
Can we make that introduce and adopt?
Introduce, I'm sorry, I'll put that in my verbiage, to introduce and adopt urgency ordinance 11-28.
Thank you.
And I second that.
Let's vote. Passes with 3 yes votes unanimously. Council reports. Ken?
I don't have any.
Raj?
I don't have any to report.
Okay. The AVA QMD is still giving out grants. They have come up with a new riding lawnmower grant. So for those of you that like to ride a lawnmower while you're doing it, you should look at the AVA QMD, where they'll help you along with that. There was no changes at today's ABTA meeting. So with that, nothing on the housing, nothing on the finance, nothing on the power, nothing on the success. City manager.
Yes, a few quick updates. So everything is starting to green up around us, and we're praying that some of that greenness is poppies. Parks has the annual Poppy Festival coming up. Tickets are on sale now. That will be April 25th through the 27th. The other event that Parks is working on is our annual Bunny Hop. And remind me what park we do that at? Is that at Owens Memorial again this year?
Correct.
Okay, so that'll be at Owens Memorial, April 12th, 9 a.m. to noon, hopefully outdoor this year. I know last year it got moved indoor because of rain, which is odd that time of year, but hopefully it'll be outdoor and it'll be a good event. It's free for all, so put that on your calendar. The PD department is working currently on a homeless plan update. There's going to be a number of community engagement outreach meetings being planned. So as those dates get scheduled, we will send out announcements through our comms team and through the newspaper to let people know to come get involved and let their voice be heard on how we tackle homelessness issues going forward. The other thing the PD has coming soon is the Community Mural Day. That is actually this Thursday, so 2 days from today, March 27th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come on out and help them paint a new mural on the side of the police station. And the last thing, Earth Day is coming up. That's April 19th. Our Public Works team is working on a spring event, and there are those $225 gas mower vouchers that will be given away there too that the Vice Mayor talked about earlier. That's all I have.
Okay. City Clerk.
This is the time to address the City Council Agency Authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards may be found on the back table of the council chambers. If you have completed one, please ensure you place it up front so you may be recognized. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. Please keep in mind state law prohibits the council from acting on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the city manager. Thank you.
Anita?
I'm Anita Bordelme. Again, I'm here to bring up organized crime. Right here, this woman was put in a video. She was actually found. She was a human traffic victim. I was human trafficked by this man. This man's relative as a sex offender that gets away with killing children. The guy likes to sexually assault children under 14 in LA County. Nobody wants to arrest him. I was considered a victim by this man, and then I was beat on the property, and then I was arrested a year later. This people, Valterra Products, you people think that there's no organized crime? These people did Back to the Future. Why am I bringing this up? The last time I was here after I left, I was robbed. Sheriffs in your department keep telling me to shut my mouth. A letter, again, reports after reports. I don't know what's wrong with your city, and I don't know why you want to cover it up to everybody. All documents. Melissa Dorsey kidnapped my daughter. My daughter Stephanie Bordelme's legal name when she was arrested was Keeler. We were assaulted by known gang members, and then my daughter was charged. I was in a car accident, January 2nd, 2025, and I was robbed. My God, coins. Rick's Pawn Shop robbed me. 7 coins worth $100,000 each. And that's nothing of what 4 of my neighbors robbed me in business. My daughter wrote a letter to the judge. You got some serious corrupt judges in your city that steal state's evidence and make sure that innocent people get victimized. Then my dogs were stolen. Purebred German Shepherd. It looks like John Michael Sweet from Shekinah Worship Center has one of her puppies online. Can I get justice? My daughter wrote a letter before she was criminally charged about Amanda Hayden Knight Keeler. They're doing real good in Oregon. I mean, they're just taking over the drug cartel business. I mean, I really don't understand this. My businesses are being used right now. Poor man's patent. I was arrested by my neighbors, and I'm not letting this go. And I had rings on my finger the last time I was here. I go to the police almost once a day because I'm either stalked, harassed. And you might say, why not move? I tried that. Tried to move to Beatty, Nevada, and I brought coins back. Wheat coins worth a lot of money that I didn't know. All stolen by Lancaster and Bakersfield. I want to thank you, but I'm telling you people, I'm going to sue every single one of your residents if I don't get a federal investigation against federal officers. Dennis Lunder and Valterra Products. These people are evil and they need to go to prison. And somebody has to stand up for the real future of the children against your judges. I was given a criminal record illegally. Your judges stole state's evidence.
James Kennard?
Get Rick's Pawn Shop arrested. He laundered a lot of money. I'm a self-made billionaire, and I don't appreciate Lancaster stealing my fucking money.
You want to take her out?
Insolent. I'm leaving.
Okay.
You don't have to kick me out.
I know
I
you're
never
leaving.
tried to assault anyone. He tried to kill me. And the evidence was shown about Corey gangs in a courtroom. Don't worry, officer. Don't touch me. You better keep your cameras on this time.
Sorry, James. Start his time over.
Good afternoon, council members and community members. My name is James Kennard, and I'm here on behalf of the Lancaster Sunrise Rotary Club today. We're here because we want to build a stronger relationship with the city of Lancaster, one that helps both of us to make the community a better place. First, I want to thank you guys for using our club as a resource to help with the city events and making them successful. Working together allows us to make a bigger impact, and we truly appreciate it. On April 19th, we're excited to help the City of Lancaster's Earth Day event. We're partnering with Resurrection Cycles to collect bicycles that can be repaired or used for parts. This keeps the bikes out of the landfills and helps people in need. We're looking for volunteers to help us with this project, and to get ready, Ken Bayard from Resurrection Cycles will visit our club meeting on April 17th at 7:15 a.m. at Primo's Cafe on Valley Central Way. He will explain how to collect and sort bikes, so anyone who wants to help should join us then. Service is at the heart of what we do. Our clubs help with food distribution to fight hunger in our community. We also work with the Lancaster School District and local schools to provide bicycle repair clinics at school events, making sure kids can ride safely. Our next bike clinic will be at Joe Walker Middle School on May 3rd. We meet on the first, third, and fourth Thursdays of the month at 7:15 a.m. at Primo's Cafe. If you're interested in learning more about what we do, we invite you to join us at a meeting. Thank you for your time and for all of your hard work, and we're looking forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, James. David Paul.
Mr. Vice Mayor and Council, good afternoon. I'm glad I came today, and I appreciate all the good things that are going on. I was wondering how much, sometimes I say next week, I mean next council meeting, and I wondered what would happen this time, but I guess the steam has gone out of some of the complaints. I just appreciate everything you do, and like I was saying the last time, we need to work together. So that doesn't mean you don't stand up for things that are wrong. It just means that some things are not worth the effort in, worrying and trauma. And I don't know. We just have to keep doing our best. But I was interested in giving the police the equipment they need. I'm all for that. Yeah. We just keep our heads up. Thank you, guys. I don't have anything else.
Thank you, David. Fran.
Maybe it's nothing, but you never could tell. Okay. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor, Council, ladies and gentlemen, and staff. My name is Fran Sarasaris, and first of all, thank you. Thank you for being you, and thank you for having Lancaster for us and having our back for the 99 9/10%, because there's always that 1% that gets away. But I did want to say I was very honored, and I appreciate I was invited to the the AV Edge Summit last week, and that was phenomenal. It was so great what Palmdale's doing, and I can't name them all. I mean, I should have made a whole list, but it'll take me 2 days to give it out. But and what Palmdale's doing, what Lancaster's doing, what we here as residents don't realize, because it doesn't come out in the paper. A lot of stuff doesn't come out in the neighborhood paper that's telling us what's going on in our neighborhood.
They're doing the best they can.
No, I realize that, but I'm still going to complain. But I was very impressed with that. I think if I pronounce her name right, it's Nicole Sawarski. She was the first female jet flyer for the, I keep wanting to say Bluebirds.
Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds. I know it was a bird, but I couldn't remember what it was. But yes, and she was a phenomenal speaker. She was very impressive. She was very joyful to listen to. She gave us a lot of information, and she gave me personally a lot. 3 minutes up already? Anyway, she gave me a lot of aspirations. And I want to thank you, and I want to thank ABTA for inviting me to that program. I enjoyed it. God bless you all, and God bless America.
Thank you, friend. Raj, you have anything? Ken? Okay. We're going to adjourn today's meeting in the honor of Rhonda Camacho. As we conclude today's council meeting, let us pause to honor the memory of Rhonda Camacho, who passed away yesterday. Surrounded by her family, Rhonda, together with her husband Gus, has been the cornerstone of generosity and leadership in our community. Her enduring spirit, contributions have deeply enriched the Antelope Valley, leaving a legacy that will continue to inspire all of us. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to Gus and the entire Camacho family. Please join me in a moment of silence to reflect her remarkable life and contributions. Okay, we'll adjourn it till Tuesday, April 8th at 1 p.m. Mark. That's bullshit, kid.